got that Rihanna song in my head, or whatever name it is, that umbrella song. Just can't get it out.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the April 14, 2008 meeting of the Salina City Commission. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mayor Joka.
Here.
Commissioner Larson.
Here.
Commissioner Peck.
Here.
Commissioner Perney.
Here.
Commissioner Vanier.
Here. I'd like to invite everyone to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item on today's agenda is the Citizens Open Forum. Time set aside for anybody who would like to bring a matter to the Commission's attention that is not on the day's official agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to come forward for that purpose? Seeing none, we will continue on. There are no awards and proclamations today or public hearings, so we'll continue with the consent agenda.
Item 6.1, approve the minutes of April 7, 2008. Item 6.2, award a contract for the 2008-2009 Spring and Fall Street Marking Project 082702 to Twin Traffic Marking Corporation in the amount of $13,033.42. Item 6.3, resolution number 086509, extending an engineering agreement with Booker, Willis, and Ratliff Corporation to provide on-call traffic engineering assistance for 2008.
I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion is to approve the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That passes 5-0. There's no development business today, so we will continue with items of administration.
Item 8.1, second reading ordinance number 08-10442, providing a change in zoning district classification from A1 to I3 on property legally described as Lot 1, Block 1, Grain Belt Subdivision Number 2.
This item passed on first reading last week. I'd entertain any other comments if there is any. Seeing none, we'll bring it back to the Commission.
Mayor, I'd move for approval on second reading of ordinance 08-10442.
Second.
Motion is to approve ordinance 08-10442, providing a change in zoning from A1 to I3 on property described as Lot 1, Block 1 in the Grain Belt Subdivision Number 2. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Commissioner Larson.
Aye.
Commissioner Peck.
Aye.
Commissioner Perney.
Aye.
Commissioner Vanier.
Aye.
Mayor Joka.
Aye.
Item 9.1, comments from Mayor Joka at the end of his mayoral term.
Thank you. Fellow City Commissioners, Mr. Gage and City staff, and fellow citizens. As we initiate the changes that take place each year on this board, I want to first thank all those responsible for allowing me the honor of again serving as your mayor. My thank you starts with all the citizens who elected me and all those who provided special assistance during my campaign, in particular my parents, Mike Martin and his family, and many others who'd offered constant support during my time on the commission. There have also been many individuals who have helped out in various ways to make my term as mayor run smoothly. Of those, I need to single out LaDonna Bennett and Nancy and the rest of the staff in the city manager's office for their invaluable help with my scheduling. And I also need to thank all the staff at Joka Furniture, Roger, Norma, Dana, Harold, Thurman, and all the delivery guys who helped cover for me during my frequent absences from my paying job for city business, many brief and some more lengthy. It's been an honor to represent our citizens this past year at varied events such as the dedication of a new monument for employees killed on the job, the dedication of a stage and bust of Salina's most famous musician, the reading of the proclamation at the annual Martin Luther King Day celebration, and the many opportunities to welcome groups of all sorts to our city. A natural goal of any leader is to leave an entity a little better off by virtue of his or her service. A highlight of my first term as mayor was the day we received a $12.5 million grant to build an overpass on North Ohio. And although a small construction problem has delayed the official ribbon cutting, the overpass is now open to traffic and accomplishing its intended purpose. And I feel a tinge of pride every time I drive over it, and I'm sure that nobody misses the moments formerly spent waiting on trains. We were in the appearance of a holding pattern during the past year in regard to some other major projects. The long-awaited report of the Kenwood Oakdale Park Study Group was released a couple weeks ago, and we can now proceed with action on some of their recommendations. Environmental cleanup at the former Schilling Air Base is a major concern. At times it might appear that nothing is happening due to the sensitive legal nature of some of the proceedings. But significant progress has in fact been made, and we're hopeful of a major public announcement and briefing later in the year. Many aspects of local government are evolutionary in nature. We are always looking for better ways to serve our citizens using every means at our disposal. I salute Mr. Gage's efforts to change the culture of city government by moving to more of a pay-for-performance wage scale. I also want to commend Mr. Gage and the city staff for their ongoing efforts to improve our building permit processes. In doing so, I feel they have struck the right balance between those on one hand who would take the law enforcement aspect of this governmental function too literally, and others who would ultimately not be satisfied unless the entire department was disbanded. Staff clearly recognizes that they serve all our citizens, from developers and builders to those who inhabit and work in structures built. I commend all for their efforts and daily desire to improve the services we offer. City-county relations have received some publicity in the past year. At issue is not the relationships between the individuals on the two commissions, which are by and large cordial. The problem is with a county structure designed to serve a 19th century reality. And I continue to believe that such a structure is a burden to taxpayers. I won't delve into any specifics today because my feelings on the subject are pretty well known, but I do want to make one point. The premise leads to the question of where to start in modernizing the county government structure. And the ideal starting point, in my point of view, would be to take the financial incentive out of serving on the county commission. Many other positive changes would follow. I would hope that in this fall's elections, our citizens would only support candidates who make this idea part of their platform. This year, we are celebrating Salina's sesquicentennial. Word's a mouthful. Our city's 150th birthday. I hope that all will come to the museum this Saturday from 11 to 1 as we kick off the celebration with a block party, including live entertainment and a free meal for everyone. Get there early and you can partake of some of the 2,500 cozy hamburgers that have been ordered for the occasion. As we celebrate our history, we are also mindful of the tremendous possibilities for our future. We have many dreams for the 21st century. An enhanced arts and entertainment district downtown building on the success of the community and steeple theaters. A new pool. The healthy growth envisioned by the Chamber of Commerce's new comprehensive plan, a river walk, etc. We can make all these dreams come true by continuing to access the vibrant community spirit that exists here in Salina. Again, thank you for the opportunity to serve as your mayor.
I will now call the organizational meeting of April 14, 2008 to order and call roll. Commissioner Jilka?
Here?
Commissioner Larson? Here. Commissioner Peck?
Here.
Commissioner Perney?
Here.
Commissioner Vanier?
Here.
I will now accept nominations for mayor and chairman of the Board of Commissioners.
Madam Clerk, I'd move that John Vanier be nominated for mayor and chairman of the Board of Commissioners.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0. I will now accept nominations for acting mayor and vice chairman of the Board of Commissioners.
Again, Madam Clerk, I'd move that Lucy Larson be nominated as acting mayor and vice chairman of the Board of Commissioners.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All of those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. That motion carries 5-0.
What do we need?
Mayor Vanier will now present the plaque appreciation and gavel to Alan Jilka.
In recognition of services rendered by Alan E. Jilka as mayor of the city of Salina, Kansas, April 16, 2007 to April 14, 2008. Would you like to make any comments?
I think I just did. Waiting to hear from you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, my comments will be very brief. Those of you who know me know that I'm not here for entertainment or ego, so I like to keep things rolling. I guess I'm going to consider this a year of living dangerously in the fact that Salina's got to make some decisions, and we need to decide what we want to become. I've said this 2 or 3 times to various organizations and various times within this commission that we have decisions we need to make. If we choose to stay the status quo, we've done a very good job of it. We've made progress in a lot of areas. We could make a lot more progress. But we need to make decisions. We need to decide what we want to be. We're very proud of the fact that our mill levy is what it is. It's considered one of the lowest in the states. Property values, yes, they have increased, but if you look back, I believe it's on the scale of 2.5% to 3% a year. It tells me that our volumes are pretty good, but our margins stink. We had a study session earlier today with about a 4 or 5 year CIP plan. And if you looked at the debt structure and projects that we have in mind that are both on the list and funded, that are on the list and unfunded, we're going to run into some problems down the road. We need to make some decisions. If we want to grow, we're going to have to make new investments. The swimming pool is one that receives a lot of press. Again, I believe this fall this commission will allow the citizens of Salina to make that choice. At least I hope we do. We had a new TIF project with the Kohl's department store coming to Salina. And I, for one, am very excited to see how many more TIF projects we can have brought before us. And hopefully the next one will be a big one in downtown Salina. Kenwood Oakdale Park that Commissioner Jilka spoke about is a very exciting project. It's going to require some decisions to be made, some choices to be made. It's not going to be popular with everyone, but if we look at the long term, we'll see that it'll be a huge benefit for the community. In conversations with employers around Salina, affordable housing gets a lot of talk. Do we want the city involved in affordable housing? If we do, we got to make some choices because that won't be cheap. We have an abundance of jobs in this community, but we don't have the people to fill them. They say the reason we don't is we don't have affordable places for them to live. That's an excellent opportunity for the city and private partnership to team up, but again, it doesn't come without a cost. With all these projects coming down the road that we will be discussing and making decisions on, I'm going to ask city staff to recognize that the world is not black and white. It's a huge shade of gray. We are going to test you on your thinking process, your thought process. There are going to be ideas that come before you, that have already come before you, that are going to require that you have a whole different view of the world. I'm asking you to step to the plate and take that view, to understand that strict enforcement, we may not be able to do that. We may have to look at things differently, be it the permits and inspections department, be the Parks and Recreation Department, how we fund things, how we try to invite the private sector to come join us in these projects. So please understand that that it's going to require a different way of thinking. At least that'll be my wish. We do have some internal challenges that will be resolved. Patience is running a little thin in a couple areas. But I have all the confidence in the world that our staff will work towards solutions to some of these challenges. I'm looking forward to a very good year, and I truly, truly enjoy working with these four individuals up here. Thank you.
Mayor Vanier, I move that City Commission recess into executive session for 30 minutes to discuss with legal counsel matters subject to the attorney-client privilege for the reason that public discussion of those matters would waive the privilege.
Second.
And reconvene in this room at, we'll say, 4:50.
Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
And do you anticipate any action?
We do not.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Executive session.